Hey everybody, good morning. How are we all on this bright and happy Tuesday? I actually didn't even know what day of the week it was. I just had to ask the people on the chanting session what day it was. So good morning and welcome to another day of lockdown. I was going to call this like moon power info, or it's really just a daily message. And it's got me through lockdown. Not that lockdown is over yet, but it really has. And actually, this is a really good opportunity to say thank you to everybody for tuning in every day and for your messages of encouragement. Because, you know, I've just done this course out of India with a teacher there, Sri Shakti Narayani Amma. And one of the things that the teacher was saying at the end of it was kind of interesting. And I think I'm allowed to share the information I gained from there. I mean, most of it's quite universal. But one thing, these are all my notes here. One thing that the teacher was saying at the end of the 9 days, which was amazing. And I've ended up with these this plate of sacred cardamom seeds that I now have to use somehow. And also some blessed water. I've learned how to bless water, so we can learn today together. I look, 108 people on Facebook, 108 being the sacred number. So one of the things that the teacher said towards the end was, whenever you do something for someone else, you're actually doing it for yourself. Let me see if I can get the logic here. The logic was that you know, if we see someone who needs our help, then normally what we will do is we will help that person. And, you know, we might think we're doing it for them. We might think, oh, you know, that person needs £5 because they're in the street without a home or whatever. Or, you know, that person needs me to give them lifts to somewhere or other, or that person needs me to come in and help them clean up or whatever. And we think we're doing something for them. But actually, we are doing it for ourselves. That's who it actually helps. So whenever there's an opportunity to help people, we're actually being given an opportunity by the divine to better our karma, basically, to balance our karma. With the idea being that when we do things for other people, it increases our own good karma, and when we increase our own good karma, then we improve our lives. So I thought that was kind of interesting, actually. That was very interesting, because that's really how all these sessions started. They started because various people, including a couple of people on my team, but also a lot of you guys, wrote to me and said, you have to help people, because this is a really, really difficult time for people, and you have to get on and use, you know, your ability to get up and blather away. You have to use that to help people. And I have had so many emails from people saying, oh my goodness, you've helped me so much through this. But guess what? I've really been helped by these. This gives me a reason to get up in the morning and get dressed and get my thoughts together and not sit around worrying, you know? And not freak out, because of course it's a freaky time. So it's helped me at least as much as it's helped everyone else. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? And that's really an example of what my teacher was saying in action. I think you know, I got up here thinking, okay, well, if I've got this responsibility because I've basically built this platform, you know, like over the years, then I've got a responsibility now to help people. But actually what's happened is it's helped me. Now, someone said they've been asked to help someone Okay, so what my teacher was saying yesterday was, every time you are asked to help someone, you are being given an opportunity by the divine to improve your karma, so do it. Someone's saying, how do you find the difference between helping other people and being taken for granted? Gosh, I actually don't know the answer to that. I mean, you know, I know one person who is a Virgo who helps and helps and helps people to the extent that she actually gets really upset, and she feels like people are taking advantage of her, and yet all she does is help people and help people and help people. And I mentioned the fact she's a Virgo because Virgos love to help. So, you know, at what point does it start to become that you're being taken advantage of? I guess at the point that you start to resent the help you're giving, because if you start to resent the help you're giving, I guess you could argue that that it's no longer going to be good for you or good for them. You know, the last thing you want to do is help people with a bad energy. I mean, another thing that really came out of this course that I've just done is very much about the importance of intention and energy. You know, it's what we intend. And if you go and help someone and you're secretly seething because you don't want to help them because you feel they're taking advantage of you, obviously the thing's broken by that point. Anyway, just a few thoughts. Overall, what we need to know astrologically is that we are in the waxing cycle of the eclipse season, and now is the time to be really clear about how you want your next 6 months or the rest of your life to look. Why? Because it was a new moon eclipse in the sign of Cancer on a critical degree. It's all about starting again. So where in your life do you want to start again? Okay, now is the time to be taking action. And I found it so interesting the other day. I don't know if I told you, but I had these 2 cards. I had one card for me, for something in my life which I felt was kind of coming to a conclusion. Nothing to do with my my husband or my family or anything like that. It was just something I feel like is coming to a conclusion. And I took a card privately, not on here, and I got Kali, endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. And I thought, okay, well, that's really an affirmation that that situation is coming to an end. And then yesterday, I took another card for all of us this time, but I was still thinking of this same thing where I'd had this card. And we got this card, Ostara, fertility, with the message, it's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. So that was perfect, like they were perfect bookends for me. Kali being the destroyer goddess and Ostara being the goddess of, you know, birth, basically. So it's like, it's the bookends of the end and the beginning. But this card was for everybody who watches this, you know, and it's really a reminder that this new moon cycle is all about something new. And because of lockdown, we are all in this situation of starting again. Fiona says, is this really as full on a new moon as you're saying? I felt so out of sorts and quite teary. Yeah, look, there's a lot of emotion at the moment. You know, you have to remember it was a new moon in the sign of Cancer. And, you know, Cancer's arguably the most emotional sign. You know, moon child, as I call it. I'm a moon child, and no one's the risk of, I won't get political, but I'm extremely emotional. Let's just put it like that. So there we are. Someone said, which cards are these? These are Doreen Virtue's Goddess Guidance cards. Beautiful cards, but no longer in print, I don't think. So I'm going to take a card. Actually, I was going to leave those cards out for me. And no, I put them in there though. I was actually going to take a card. These are in print and these are beautiful cards. These are the Goddess Power cards from the lovely Colette Baron Reid, who I might be having a coffee with on Zoom today, I hope. go. Just watching, reading your messages. Murphy was crying in the bath. Yeah. Sally says very emotional. Been feeling so anxious this week. Okay, so what card do we all need? Here we go. Here we go. I've got a card coming. I'm not feeling it yet. Here we go. Come on, card. Actually, maybe this one. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, this one. Here we go. Someone's saying very difficult to get hold of the goddess guidance cards. Yeah, so what I've done is I've spoken to Hay House and they have given me their blessing. I'm going to create some goddess cards. And what we're going to do is I've gone through and I've taken all my favorite goddesses from this deck and then I'm adding my own personal favorites. Why don't I interview Colette? I think Colette's too busy for me to interview her. I'll ask her though. Stay hydrated and grounded. That's good advice. All right, here we go. Wait, oh my gosh. I just can't believe it. I just keep getting the same message over and over again. And so do you, frankly. This is Lilith, Independence. It's the Independence card. And I sadly don't think I don't have the guidebook for these cards. So we're going to have to just interpret this ourselves. Independence. It's about not being reliant on other people, but realizing that you have the magic in you. Your soul is divine, you know? You are divine. So don't be looking to other people, you know? It's just like, again, it's bookends, bookends and bookends and bookends. What have we got here? If I can find those cards. There we go. Carly. So now we have endings and beginnings. New starts. Independence. Like, for me, there is one big message in there. It's about, you know, and we also had the own your divine power. There's so much coming to us. So much. And ours is not to reason why, I guess sometimes ours is just to, you know, go with it. I always say if you do a card, I was writing this somewhere yesterday, I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm writing for Soul and Spirit. I'm doing a special thing on there, a deck of cards that they're doing. And I was writing in there, you know, if you do a card, take it seriously. Take it seriously because divination is a sacred thing. So there you go. Right, so I'm just going to finish with a chant, a chakra clearing chant. So anybody who likes to chant, listen up. I'm just going to do it once. Here we go. Actually, no, I'll do it 3 times. Here we go. Breathing in. Hari Om Nam Lam Mam Vam Sim Ram Vam Yam Yam Ham Shiva Ram Swaha. Hari Om Nam Lam Mam Vam Sim Ram Vam Yam Yam Ham Shiva Ram Swaha. Hari Om Nam Lam Mam Vam Sim Ram Vam Yam Yam Ham Shiva Ram Swaha. So there you go. All right, well, have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Lots of love.